Did the monks here wear white? Yes. Here we are at the location, Roche Abbey, built in 1147 I believe, for an order of Cistercian monks. The abbey at its height housed about 200 people I believe, and it remained in use until 1538 when Henry VIII issued the order for the dissolution of monasteries. At that point, obviously the monastery suffered greatly. It was actually ransacked. Local people stripped it of everything. All the pewter, the lead off the roofs, and even the stone was taken to build houses in the area. The monastery remained as a ruin until the 18th century, I believe, when the 4th Earl of Scarborough actually employed the famous landscape artist Capability Brown to do something with it to improve his estate. Basically, Capability Brown demolished what was left of the remaining buildings, or most of it, and then buried the entire monastery under a mound of earth and turfed all over it. The monastery remained that way until 1920s, when the earth was removed and the abbey was returned to how it looks today. Very impressive structure. It's built in the north part of what is basically a vale. It used to be part of Sherwood Forest, believe it or not. It is also rumoured that Robin Hood took his masses here, so whether that's true or not, don't know. But that is what is rumoured about the abbey. We will wait until darkness for you to see what goes on. There has been ghosts spotted here. There is actually a monk in a white robe has been seen wandering around the abbey itself. There's a house just up the path near the first gatehouse where apparently a maid in Victorian times got pregnant, had a baby. She then killed the baby in shame and then hung herself in the attic of the house. It is also rumoured that a monk appears in the window of the house, but whether that's true or not, again, cannot say. There has been a number of suicides occurring here. One of them was at what used to be the first gatehouse and is now the car park. The second one occurred in the trees on the way down to the abbey. There is also a ghost of a white lady, purported to be at the location of the waterfall. She apparently fell from the top of the waterfall and lost her life on the rocks below. Again, we should be going up there shortly and we will see what we find. So for now, we'll just carry on. Right, we're now at the top of the waterfall. I have placed the K2 meter as close to the edge as possible. We're at the top of it. Obviously we can't do a spirit box here because, as you can hear, it is very, very noisy. We will try and do a K2, just a quick one, to see if we get any responses. This is apparently the site of where the ghost of the white lady appears. She apparently fell off the top of this waterfall, landed on the rocks at the bottom and died. I presume she either broke her neck or fractured a skull or something, but her spirit is said to appear here. so we'll give it a go, see if anything happens. Hello, spirits. Is there any spirit here who would like to step forward and communicate with us? We mean no disrespect, and we mean you no harm whatsoever. If you would like to communicate with us, I have set a little box up there on the edge of the waterfall. If you go near it and touch it, you will make lights on it light up. The box will not hurt you, it will do you no harm whatsoever. So, are there any spirits here who would like to step forward? Would you like to touch the box and let us know that you're here? Is the white lady here? Would you like to touch the box and light the lights up? It won't hurt you. It's totally harmless. Are there any spirits here that wish to communicate? Is it true that a white lady fell off this waterfall and lost her life? Is it true that there is a ghost of a white lady appears here? Are there any other spirits that manifest here? Would you like to touch even myself or Jason to let us know that you're here if you don't want to go near the box? Would you like to touch one of us? Would you like to push the box over? Is there anyone here who would like to communicate? I'm sorry we can't use the spirit box here, but it is way too loud. We wouldn't pick up responses anyway. We will move location then, being that we don't seem to be getting anything here, and that is the way that things go, folks. You don't always get something at a location or at a certain area within a location. So we will move on to the next one where we can do spirit box session, and we'll see what we get there. Okay guys, we're now at the base of what is locally known as Witch's Drop. It is apparently here where witches were thrown off the top to their deaths. Right behind us, as you can see, is the Abbey itself. Quite an eerie place at night. We're going to do a spirit box session now. Got the K2 meter set up as well, so we will start to ask questions and see what we get. Hello spirits, would any spirits like to move forward and speak to us? We mean you no disrespect, and we mean you no harm whatsoever. We are here totally to communicate. The two boxes you can see here, one you can use to speak verbally to us. The one that is leaning against the rock, you can actually walk up to and touch. If you touch it, you will make lights light up on it. You can use it as a form of communication with us. Don't be frightened of either of them. They will not do you any harm whatsoever. Right, so would any spirits like to step forward and speak? Are there any spirits here? Are there any of the Cistercian monks here at the moment? The monks that lived here at the Abbey? Are there any spirits of people who were thrown off these crags when they were declared witches here? Is it true that people were thrown off these crags to their deaths? Did people die at the foot of these rocks? How long have you been here? Can you tell me what century it was that you were here in life? Are you aware of what year it is now? Can you tell me anything about the Abbey? Is it true that monks have been seen here floating? Has the ghost of a monk been seen here gliding amongst the ruins? How many monks were here? Who's here? How many monks are here now? A few. Was that a few? Guess. Did the monks here wear white? Yes. So the monks here never wore black or brown? Oh no. Okay. What did the monks do here? What was it the monks did? Did they farm? Yes. What did they farm? No, we don't give up. What did the monks here farm? Is it true that the monks here had illegitimate children that were murdered? Some of them. Did you say some of them then? What happened to these children? Dead. Are they dead? Did they murder these children? Were the children buried here in the woods? Are there any of the wealthy landowners here who financed the building of the Abbey? The landowners who were actually buried here. Are you here now? Are you angry about what happened to the Abbey? Can you tell me about the sacking of the monastery? Can you tell me what happened here when the local people came and stripped it? Did you witness that? No. Did you see them take everything that was of worth? What did they take from the Abbey? Did they take the lead? Did they take the lead from the roof? Did they steal the pewter mugs and hide them? Did they take the stone of the Abbey itself and use it to rebuild elsewhere? Were you happy what the Earl of Scarborough did to the Abbey? Did you see Capability Brown bury the Abbey in dirt? Do you think it was a bad thing that he did? Are you annoyed that he did it? Were you happy when the Abbey was unearthed in the 1920s? Are you glad that at least part of the Abbey has survived? Would you like to see the Abbey restored to its former glory? Okay, spirits, we're going to move location shortly. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to us before we leave? Are there any messages you want to put forward before we move to the gatehouse? Okay, spirits, would you like to say goodbye? Would you like to say bye? Are we did you say are we coming back? Would you like to say goodbye or farewell? Right, I would ask you now to step back to where you were before we started this communication. I thank you a lot, spirits, and we leave you with the utmost of respect. Please return to wherever it is you came from. Thank you for communicating with us. Right guys, we are now inside the second gatehouse, as you can see. The first gatehouse no longer exists, unfortunately, but we're going to do a couple of quick experiments here. We're going to do the laser pen to see if we can get anything moving within the beams, and then we will conduct a quick spirit box session to see if we can get any communication here. It is believed that this was where people came through to gain access to the monastery when it was still used as a monastery. Also, I believe that animals were kept in this section when they came through. So, as you can see on the walls, there's graffiti, so people have defaced it, which is a shame. It is a beautiful, well, what's left of the building. But I'll turn the light off now, and then we'll ask a few questions and see if we get any responses in the laser. Are there any spirits here that would like to communicate with us? If you would you like to step forward, please? We mean you no harm. We come here with the utmost of respect. The lights you can see reflecting on the wall will cause you no harm whatsoever. If you'd like to communicate with us, we ask that you walk into the light beams and we will be able to see you. Is there any spirit here that would like to communicate? Are there any of the Cistercian monks here? Are there any other people here? Would you like to move into the light if there is, so we can see you? Could you try and make the lights move? We just saw a very interesting effect before we started filming, where one of the lights zipped right the way across the wall. Can you try and do that again, please? Can you try and make the lights move? Can you try and appear for us? Can you in any way affect the lights? Is there anyone who would like to try anything before we close this experiment down? Okay, spirits, we will conduct a spirit box session now which will allow you to speak to us directly. If you'd like to try and participate in that, we would be very happy. We thank you again, spirits, and we leave you with the utmost of respect, and we will speak to you shortly. Hello, spirits. We come here with the utmost of respect. We mean you no harm. We are here solely to communicate with you. The box you can see in front of you is what's called a spirit box. You can actually use it to verbally communicate with us. The little black box behind it is called a K2 meter. If you go near to it and touch it, you will make the lights on it light up. Neither of these devices will hurt you in any way. They will not harm you at all. We are here solely to communicate. So, having said that, are there any spirits who would like to step forward and communicate with us? How many spirits are here? Are any of the Cistercian monks here? Is anyone here who works at the Abbey? Is there anyone here who's died in the area? Is it true that a maid killed herself in the house behind us? Is it true she murdered her baby? We've got an alarm going off, folks, from the house. I've no idea why, because we're nowhere near it. Is there anything you would like to communicate to us? Do you want to have a go, Joe? Come and hold the thing and... Okay, you've got to make sure you keep it on. That's me.
Is there anyone here who would like to talk to us? Is there anyone who would like to say hello? Has anything bad happened in the house behind us? Would you like to tell us what happened? Would you like to tell us what happened? Was anyone watching us earlier from the Abbey? Would you like to come and touch the box? Make the lights light up for us. Thank you for communicating with us, and we will now leave you alone.
Say goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, spirits.